Hey everybody. So this is going to be different. I've been working for quite some time to get this working. And thanks to this guy, the Kefus, who is also a legally blind gamer, my console UI for World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Classic, and Season of Discovery. And what does this mean? Well, it means that uh, his UI solution in being able to use a controller and being able to see as someone who's also highly visually impaired, severely visually impaired, uh, means that I have a good chance at being able to play WoW. And I have trouble playing it, well, first of all, on my laptop, but even if I had a bigger screen, I don't think a television screen would be big enough. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys got to see his heading and his video uh, title, so that if you wanted to check out his solutions, what mods he uses and how he gets it to work, this is the place to come. The one that I used, Dragonflight Classic and Season of Disco. I imagine this is it. Yeah, it's 4 months old. So let's go back there. That
But
was
that's
the
pretty.
right one. And I'm using virtual desktop right now. So if I were to go into his description, all right, so here's his primary add-ons with profiles. So what I did to get everything was I went down to these optional add-ons because his profiles are going to include the add-ons that he's using. And so I got Sexy Map, although I don't think I've enabled it correctly because I don't have it. But Addy Bags, which actually I received a notification that it really needed to be Better Bags add-on, but I haven't changed it yet. Details Dungeon Damage Meter. Um, I probably don't need it, but I added it only because his profile would reference it. Add-on skins. ELVUI. That's LVUI. He'll refer to that as LVUI. Location Plus. I got these from CurseForge, I believe was the name. So I went to CurseForge first and picked up all the optional add-ons that I could. Better fishing, livestock, and I did not pick up Mount's Journal Classic because I'm not playing Classic currently. But if I was, then I would come back. And as well as for this YouTube video, I would pick that up if I were to do the seasonal stuff. But I've been away from WoW for around 15 years. Might be a little more, might be a little less. I can't quite remember when I left. Um, After I picked up all these additional add-ons from CurseForge, I did pick up the secondary add-ons and added those. CurseForge basically puts it into your add-on folder, makes it super easy. I am terrible with computer stuff, and this was something I could do. Okay, so next I went to, because I'm playing the Dragonflight stuff so that I had access to my old characters. Sorry to interrupt. tukui.org is where you get the download for LVUI. So that's where you go download. The retail profile. So I clicked on that and it took me to a page. Also, when I mentioned Dragonflight, I actually mean retail WoW. It's just another way to say retail WoW. Dragonflight, that name will change as expansions come in. So yeah, it took me to GitHub, and then in the upper right hand corner by where the code was, there was a button that said raw. So I clicked on raw, and then, and again, I had to do this on the laptop, and I actually had to change to colorblind mode so that I could actually see what was being highlighted to make sure I grabbed everything, because it's quite a large paragraph of code. It's just strict code, and raw meaning raw code, everything expanded. And I copied all that raw code And then I logged into the game and clicked through all the panels, which probably wasn't the right thing to do either, but I just wanted to get to where I needed to add a profile to Elv UI. So I did Elv UI first, and then found out where that was, added the profile, pasted, did Control V. I did Control C to copy, Control V, and I pasted it in there, and it took. So that was set up, and then I went back to this particular video and got the retail profile and did the same thing with it, except I had to do that obviously under console port. And what console port is it's the add-on that allows use of a controller. Now, WoW now has native controller support, and you likely know that if you're a WoW player and you somehow ended up on this video. I'm using a VR headset, so keyboard is not an optimal usage even with the pass-through with the Quest 3. I'm on the Quest 3 today. But anyway, the retail profile, and then I did the raw, it copied it, and then had to navigate my way around a little bit inside the console port within the game to find out where I had to import it, but he goes through in this video where that is. I just missed it the first time I watched it. I could have made my life a lot easier if I just watched it again. And the way I got to it in the game to where I needed to find where I needed to input that information was /EC to get to the Elv UI, and then I did /CP, I think, for console port. It's been a long process. This is not just a couple hours for me sitting down and doing it because of my vision issues. Somebody that can more easily navigate around a small computer screen, power to you. Couldn't do it on the headset, or at least it didn't occur to me to try. I needed to use my mouse and keyboard, so which is about my laptop is about chin height, because that's how close I need to be to the keys to see them. Just to try to give you an example. So here we are. Now you've seen where I got the data that I needed to use the controller. I have the controller paired to the computer, Bluetooth, and hopefully it's got enough battery to do what it needs to do. And let's create a new character in WoW. Maybe I'll show you my old one. So let's close out of here. And as you can see, I'm still using the controllers for the headset to do this. Let's go to WoW. And I always use this icon. I don't know why I have two on my desktop. Even getting my account reinstated was something, because I got hacked apparently in 2013. And let me tell you, customer support was amazing. I was just blown away. Okay, I did have to jump through some hoops to get a live person, and and not just go through the ticketing system, but I did try ticketing first, and it just wasn't working for me. And the fact that I was hacked meant that my original email address was no longer attached to my account, which is why it wasn't working so well for me. Okay. But long story short, after a couple hours, fantastic. I could not be happier with the amount of support I got. It was wonderful. Okay. So let's sign into the BattleNet. Apparently it auto-logged me in. That's great. There's my warrior. And there are some things that I don't know quite how to do yet, but if I remember right, that's my add-on list. So here we go with that. You saw console port stuff here, and yeah, that dark blue I still can't read that. But there's the livestock and these two were not enabled. but hey, I can see this a lot better than I could see my other. So I think these are enabled. I was never very good with add-ons, I'll be honest. Okay, so I want to keep all that stuff, so we're just going to go okay, because I didn't change anything. And let's just hop in real quick here and see what happens with the Quest controllers. I'm really curious as to how that's going to work, because there's no D-pad on these things. I'll turn on my Xbox controller here in a second. Now, just to be clear, this isn't virtual reality. This is just a really big screen. Okay, so here's my layout. And I'm just curious that I'm using moving my grip button to move the screen. So I don't normally have the chat displayed. I kind of want to hide that. And I should be in guild chat anyway. Alright, that wasn't up before, but oh, yeah, apparently I'm moving. That's weird. Oh, I'm cycling my inventory. Okay. Well, I never was able to find my mount on the tiny screen, but I know I have one. Somewhere is my thing in a map. Okay. In case anybody's curious, I'm going at 120 here. You can kind of glance at my virtual desktop settings. Not much to see, to be honest. Okay. It's nice to know that I can use my controllers to navigate around a little bit if I need to. Or if I need to move the screen. That's kind of cool. Okay. So my guild stuff. Yeah, I need to go into the UI and make these things bigger. I know that sounds crazy, but I still can't read them. But yeah, let's turn on the alright. Whoop, hit a button on them. Alright. Tap. Now I'm on hands. I can use my hands. That's crazy. I'm in Thunder Bluff. I know that that's what that's talking about. Okay, so let's turn on the controller. On now. There we go. Now I'm using a regular Xbox controller. It's really hard to see me. Get rid of those. Alright, and there's an automatic centering. I don't have my I know there's around here somewhere. So basically,
it's too far away.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I need to get closer.
This is just your basic attack, because I really don't have anything set up. Okay, but that gives you a basic idea. And again, if I can clean up this UI a little bit. Okay, so you see the cursor in the middle. Wherever that cursor's facing, you will, let's see if that is accurate, automatically face. So let me try to face this target dummy. Okay, and it auto put me back at where I was. So you do have to use your left and right thumbsticks to make permanent changes, but you can scroll around and take a look. Alright, put my weapon down. Okay. I'm going to have to change the brightness in here because this is much too dark. But because of the add-ons and settings that he had, I can read these names and interact button.
The winds guide you.
So with that, I hold down the left trigger and push A, and that brings up menu.
Ancestors watch over
I
you.
press the start button, which is the 3 lines, the little teeny tiny button on the right. And what is crazy here is I can actually use my hands.
I don't have a target.
To click on this stuff. So that's kind of nutty.
I need a target.
Yeah, I know. Here, let's do a thunderstorm. And that's just my hand. So I have my hands as potential. That is crazy. Where's my stance? I can't read it. And you can move stuff around, so that mini-map actually, for me, might be better right here. I would like to get that other map, though. There's damage meter down there somewhere. Those are I think those are trinkets, and this is guild stuff. I mean, the fact that I can use, I'm blown away by the fact that I can use my hands here. And if I hold down the trigger button, it brings up more options. So that's just the left trigger and the right trigger, which, I mean, I can use the buttons on the controller here as well. So one of these my mounts? Nope. I think these are all abilities. Okay, and if I hold down both, that's supposed to give me something else. See those things there? These are empty again because I don't have... I haven't redone my talents. But what happens if I press trigger and bump?
I don't have a target.
Okay. What are you? You're that battle
I
cry?
need a target.
Yeah, I can't use that on its own.
I don't have a target.
Hello. Okay. Alright. Well, interesting. I need to go through, obviously, and get some more brightness going on in here so that I can see. Paladin. I'm not a paladin, so I don't need to be there. It took me forever just to find the bank. Okay, Battle Master. I know I don't want the Battle Master. I'm not going into any PvP, especially with no skills. And I know I have my mallet. I had it out before I did all these changes. So I know it's in there somewhere. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. This is really important. So using the D-pad, I can go through all these things. So there's my inventory, character info. Alright, so there's my talents. And I believe I just pushed some buttons, so it might have auto done some things. But as you can see, that A is floating around there as to where my cursor is. So I'm just using the up and down, left and right on the D-pad to navigate that. And not the B button for back, but the small menu button took me out of that. So I can hit the small menu button again. I think it's technically the start button. So let's inventory.
I need a target.
Alright, I'm still moving. But here, instead of having to try to get my hand up, I can use my hand here to move around to see this stuff. That's a cosmetic. Okay. Okay. Key, a stew pot, leather. Must be a materials bag. There's so much of this I don't remember what it is. And so much that I'm glad that the hacker didn't deal with. Okay. What are you? Alright, that's a sorting thing. And I think I might have something overlapping down here. There was something also called a level squish. This character was maxed out when I left at the time. I did not take the free gear upgrade. I didn't want stuff I had on to be taken off. I didn't know what would happen to it, so I just said no thank you to the free gear upgrade. Well, you know what? I know my mount is in here somewhere. There's my professions.
Well met, peace friend.
That's me targeting.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
And that's me pinching my fingers at it. That is so cool.
Hail.
Even at a distance. I just need to increase the font on this stuff. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to press the start button again to get here, game, system, okay, let's exit. Okay. So also what I don't know is whether or not y'all could hear any in-game sounds. So I guess we'll find out. when I upload this video. But yeah, that's that. Make away from that bright screen. And really very exciting. Let's see, I need to pick up my controllers again. So the Kethis. Once again, check out the beginning of this video to see the name of that channel. And if you're interested in getting WoW on a really, really big screen, there you go. That's how you do it. Okay. And I'm using virtual desktop. I'm in the same room as my router and computer, so okay. I'll edit this down a little bit, see what we got, and post it up. I was going to make a new character and start, but I saw that even after rebooting, I need to make some changes to the UI. So I'm going to mess around with that before I make a video. But I will be back because I really enjoyed WoW, and I think I'm going to have a good time getting back in it. And this will be like a totally new experience. See you later.